The Trinidad and Tobago government to review marijuana legislation, and in sports, Amazon Warriors beat Trinbago Knight Riders by 6 wickets. I'm Dawn Paris, and this is the Caribbean in 10 for Monday, September 10th. I'll be back with the details after the break.
This hurricane tip comes to you compliments the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency and the Caribbean Media Corporation. Be prepared. When you are preparing for a hurricane, remember to help your family, neighbors, and community prepare also.
Try to understand, because it's very important that people understand how you can influence positively the change of law. What were your arguments for the minimum wage to be 10, was it?
Yep. So, you know, we believe fundamentally that hard work deserves fair pay. And when we are paying workers $7.25 an hour,
The Trinidad and Tobago government says it will review legislation regarding marijuana use. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley acknowledged that the country's jails are full of young people, adding that many of those arrested can't raise bail, so they end up languishing in prison. Several Caribbean countries, including Jamaica, Antigua and Barbuda, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, have taken legislation to their respective parliaments to deal with the use of marijuana not only for medicinal purposes, but to relax the harsh penalties for persons caught with a minimum amount of the drug. Rowley says the issue is a matter of social justice that needs to be addressed.
Our jails are full of young people, largely young men of our societies, because they smoke a marijuana cigarette. Many of them might have smoked too. All of them would have had their lives somehow negatively affected by having smoked a marijuana cigarette, because the law in this country makes the smoking of a marijuana cigarette a criminal offense. The minute you can drink as much rum as you want, drunk and drive and kill people in the road if you wish, you don't get charged for criminality for having drunk the alcohol. You can smoke as much cigarette, poison people with second-hand smoke, you don't get charged for being a criminal. But the marijuana smoking in the upper echelons of society, where a serious number of acres of marijuana is burnt.
Rowley acknowledged that the issue is also affecting families. He says he's met fathers who've lost their jobs because they smoked a marijuana cigarette and were jailed. And he says that as a result, their children are left unattended and unsupported. The Prime Minister says he's sure that was not the intention of the law.
And it is my responsibility as leader of this country to have this matter properly examined. And I'm in discussion with the Attorney General to determine how we treat with this problem, so that societal destruction that injustice, like the other changes that we have made along the way, that in this time and the times ahead, that we could deal with that matter so that in a later period, we could look back at this time and say this was the time when we dealt with that problem, because it is a problem that can only get worse.
Still in the Twin Island Republic, the police service has denied allegations that its members were ordered to collect data on teachers who were not at school during last Friday's Rest and Reflection industrial action. Police Commissioner Gary Griffith said today that the claim by the president of the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association, Lindsley Dudai, that police officers collected data on teachers' absenteeism was untrue. Dudai had told reporters that at least 65 to 70% of teachers had stayed away from classes in support of the call by the joint trade union movement to protest the decision of the government to shut down the refinery at the state-owned oil company Petrotrin, and some principals, mainly in South Trinidad and the capital, had complained that police had entered their schools to collect data on the teachers' attendance, which he described as an act of intimidation. But Police Commissioner Griffith said no such instruction was issued by him or any senior member of the police service, and he challenged the union president to provide the description or names of the officers who he claimed carried out such actions, or the license plates of the police patrol vehicles in question, so that an appropriate investigation can be conducted. Griffith said this would ensure that if any officer did usurp his authority and act in such a manner, he would be disciplined accordingly. But he said if no information or report is forthcoming, then it would be accepted that Dudai's accusation is without merit. Thousands of St. Lucians took to the streets yesterday to protest the policies of the Alan Chastanet government, calling on him to call elections. The demonstration, which was organized by the main opposition St. Lucia Labour Party, SLP, attracted a wide cross-section of residents. Demonstrators carried various placards, including those calling on the government to reopen the state-owned Radio St. Lucia that was closed because of financial problems, and chanting songs calling for the ruling United Workers' Party administration to go. Opposition leader Philip Pierre said he was pleased with the turnout, describing it as probably the biggest ever demonstration in St. Lucia.
But my brothers and my sisters, I want to tell you, what we are doing here tonight is our democratic right. We have a right to dissent, and this government cannot believe that because we are expressing our right to dissent, they can victimize us. I said to them, this victimization will never stop us. We will march when we have to march, and very soon I will be calling you back on the streets to march to see the back of this government, my brothers and sisters.
Continuing with sports now, the Guyanese pair of Shimron Hetmeyer and Sherfane Rutherford helped Amazon Warriors crush Trinbago Knight Riders by 6 wickets in match 30 of the Caribbean Premier League at the National Stadium at Providence yesterday. Hetmeyer posted a well-played 59 off 30 balls, and Rutherford remained not out on 45 from 13 deliveries in their run chase of 154 for 7 set by the Knight Riders after they were sent into bat. South African all-rounder Cameron Delport chipped in with 37 for the Warriors after they finished on 158 for 4 in 14 overs. Earlier, TKR slumped to 109 for 5 before Darren Bravo brought back some stability as he scored an unbeaten 42 from 34 balls. Dinesh Ramdin chipped in with 32, while captain Dwayne Bravo perished on 14. Medium pacers Sohail Tanvir and Riyad Emrit picked up 2 wickets each. And that's Caribbean Intent. Join us again at 6:30 this evening for Caribbean Newsline.